So, good morning. Today, just wanted to touch on the fact that most of the questions I get are about things that aren't really that important when it comes to getting in shape. Now, I bring this up because we kind of miss the fundamentals. It seems to come from a lot of slimming clubs that almost just ignore the principle as to why it might work for you or might not. And that is getting into a calorie deficit. Now, you probably know this already. So energy in, energy out, you get the balance right, okay? If it's balanced, you stay the same. If your output goes up, you might lose. If your input goes down, you might lose as well. Of course, there's a lot of other factors to it. You know, we have a very emotional relationship with food, etc. But unfortunately, there's a lot of diets out there that seem to sell something that kind of magics it up or works around it and just ignores telling you why it's actually working, for the reason that if you don't know why it's working, you think it's that product, that supplement, that diet, and then you kind of you'll stick to it for longer. And when you come off of it, if the weight comes back on, say you have some smoothies, shakes, and then you come off of it, the weight comes back on, where are you going to go to lose it again? You're going to go back to them. And so it's a very unethical model on their behalf. And they're just ignoring the principle that is calorie deficit they're helping you create. For example, if you have 3 shakes a day, or, 3 Weight Watchers meals, coffee thing, or whatever diet it is, fast, all you're doing is lowering your calorie intake in a structured way. Now, this is a good thing, I guess, but if they're not educating you on why it's working and why it's not, then is this going to be sustainable for you? Just wanted to bring it up because it's quite a key point. So I see it a lot with Slimming World as well. So it works for a lot of people, which is great. But unfortunately, people don't even know why it does work sometimes because they're not told. And when it doesn't work, it's almost like, what do we do from here? So I just want you to remember that calorie deficit is the key reason why weight loss occurs, okay? Now, there's more to it than this, because when you're asking questions like, what about carbs after 6 p.m? What about if I'm eating too much fat? All of it is kind of irrelevant in the context of calories, because you're only eating too much fat, really, unless you're purposely doing it. If it's in the context of overall calories, you're only eating too many carbs if eating too many carbs means you're eating too many calories, okay? So bear that in mind. But there's also aging well, making everyday tasks easier. And that's where protein comes in, and also resistance exercise. So things that are muscle strengthening, helping you make everyday tasks like climbing stairs, being less out of breath when you're climbing stairs, carrying shopping bags, running around after the kids, whatever it is. And these things are, when I dig deep into why people come to me, why people say, I need to come and see you just to get in shape. Really, it comes down to health, so they can be around for longer with family, loved ones, longevity, wanting to feel better about themselves, fit their clothes better, of course, because that makes them feel better about who they are, be it in their work, life, family, relationships. Set an example to their kids rather than say, you should be healthy and not do it. And all these things, then it becomes very real. Now, the reason I bring this up is because, although exercise isn't, it's not essential to get in shape, if you like, it does make things a hell of a lot easier in terms of how you feel. So endorphins rush, how you fit your clothes. It can help with sustaining the loss that you've made so you can get in shape and actually keep it. Also, it's a good way to almost just have some time for you when you see it like that, almost as kind of like self-care, right? So aging well, like I said as well. So you get that exercise in, you're getting stronger, you're getting fitter, everyday tasks become easier. You then end up doing more, and it could be so subconscious you don't even notice it. Then all of a sudden you're finding it easier to stay in shape and keep the results rather than yo-yoing, because you're keeping that muscle as well. That can have metabolic health benefits in terms of diabetes, boosting your metabolism. Yeah, it's endless, really. If it was a drug, it would literally, it'd be flying off, basically. So I just want to make that clear. When you understand that calorie deficit is the main reason that any diet works, it makes everything else a lot more simple. So you don't have to worry about, are carbs bad? What's good, what's bad? Should I fast? Do I have to eat breakfast? You can play around and see what parts of other diets you like that help you stick to it. Because the main thing is that you stick to a calorie deficit. So I'm not saying anything's bad. Like, if it works, it works. Just understand why it works, because then you can do more of what works for you and less of what doesn't. Then when you do hit a plateau, when it does slow down, you know what to do. Okay? I just want to be honest and straight with you with that. I hope that helps. And if you do want to learn more about what we do with our online program, which basically just gives you everything you need to get started with this, home workouts. So you can just do it in 5 minutes at home, get started if you're a bit worried about going to a gym at the moment or going to a class or anything like that. On top of that, you'll get all your calories done for you, but not just left to track it. How do I fit it in? What do I eat? What's healthy? What's not? We've got tons of recipes for you that are all calculated and portioned for your goal. So you can make your own meal plans, get a shopping list in minutes. So you're still choosing the foods you love, not being given a straight off meal plan. So you're choosing the foods you love, but they're all portioned, ready to go for you. Okay? Just to make it easier so you can get started today, really. If you do want to learn more about that, I'm taking on 5 people by Friday. So the day today is Tuesday. So 5 people, 5 spaces by Friday to join us. If you're ready for just a kickstart, whether it's hold of the hand or a polite kick up the bum. Let me know if this interests you. Post a message below or comment. I hope that helps. Any questions about it, do let me know. Take care and have a great day. Speak soon.